Alright guys, how to set your amp gain to avoid clipping. How to set your gains. Gotta get gains. Uh, Number one, you can go buy a DD1, Steve Designs, SMD, engineering. You know, you turn the gain up till the light comes on, turn it back down, Bob's your uncle. Piece of cake. Number two, you can go on Amazon and pick up a voltmeter with a oscilloscope built into it, so you can see the sine wave. That's what a sine wave looks like, right? You want to see the little thing, and whenever you turn the gain up on the amp, you'll see that pretty little curve at the top turn into a square. When it starts to look raggedy and square like that, turn it back down a little bit till it's nice and round. Gain is set. It's real easy. Not that expensive. However, if you're more of a auditory person, or if you just ain't gonna go spend 35 bucks on Amazon, and I haven't got one, so I can relate to that. I don't know why, I just haven't ever got one. The next trick is grab something like these little tweeters with this nice big old 100-volt capacitor on them. This will test up to about 1,000 or a little more watt amplifier. Just had your speaker wired and add a little bit to this there on the other side of this capacitor, and then put the other one over here, just like you're gonna hook it up. Okay, just like you're gonna hook it up to your amplifier. All right, and run the wires to the amplifier. Turn the volume up, or not the volume. Well, yeah, you turn the volume up on your stereo and output, but have the gain turned all the way down. So whenever you hook it all up and you start turning that gain up, and you won't hear nothing, you won't hear nothing, you won't hear nothing, and then directly you'll start hearing a buzzy sound. It gets loud. When you start hearing that buzzing sound coming out of here, back it back down till the buzz goes away, and it's set. And what's happening is, that sound is always there. It's just normally masked by the sound of the speaker playing. So whenever you put the capacitor on there, it kills off all that noise. And so your normal speaker sound of is coming through, and that's always coming through, right? And whenever it starts to clip, you'll hear an extra sound. It's like a whole separate wave. So as that's coming through, you'll hear this sound up here, the subwoofer sound here. And if you can cut off that subwoofer sound where you just hear this, when it gets loud enough, you'll hear that kick in, and then you know you hit clipping. That's what that is. It's the sine wave going up, and instead of getting round, it's going up and getting cut off. Well, those little corners where it gets cut off make noise. And that's the sound that you're picking up. It's kind of like a false harmonic. If for anybody who knows about music, it's a harmonic of the sound, sort of. But the point is, without going crazy, which I've already gone crazy, is you need a non-polarized capacitor, which these are, and you're going to need for a smaller amp, you could use about 100 volts for. But if you're wanting to put one together to use for all kinds of stuff, pick up a 400 or a 500 volt non-polarized capacitor with about 2 to 3 microfarads, somewhere in that range, and then take that, put it on a speaker. It could be a speaker like this. It could be a tweeter. It could be a pair of headphones. Headphones are good. Headphones are really good because headphones do a second trick. Headphones give you the ability to put the speaker right over your ear and to put it on your head so you got both hands free. It's also fairly small. And when I say headphones, I don't mean the little ones you stick in your ear necessarily, although that might work. I'm talking about kind of older school kind of thing, where you got, well, like this, but with a wire. Something where you got a pretty good sized little driver in there. Just something cheap, man. You go to the dollar store, get some Hello Kitty headphones, that'll work just fine. And besides that, you would look amazingly cool with Hello Kitty headphones on. Just, you know, it brings all the boys to the yard. So, so you need some kind of speaker. You need a capacitor that's non-polarized, that's, you know, I would say 400, 500 volts to cover all amplifiers. And just hook that bad boy up with a speaker wire, run it to the output on your amplifier, turn your gain up until you hear the buzz, turn it back down, you're done. One thing I wanted to mention though is on a lot of the newer stuff that's like a full bridge amplifiers, not all of them, but a lot of them have, they don't like to play without a speaker hooked up. So while this system will work fine with no drivers hooked up to the amplifier, okay, you could just have an amplifier with power and all that and signal, and no speakers at all hooked up to it. Hook your speaker up to it, and you wouldn't hear anything until it starts to clip, and then you'll start to hear noise. It's really easy to work with, but a lot of these newer amplifiers, like tar amps, for example, do not like to be even hooked up to power unless they have a speaker hooked up to them. So yeah, you're going to want to make sure you've got it, because it won't count this setup as a speaker. It won't see it as a load. That's kind of why it works. So if you got one of those amps you're not sure about, or if you know, just be sure you got subs hooked up to it where you can give it a load when you crank it up. And you can use this with speakers hooked up to it, or speakers or no speakers. It doesn't matter. This technique will work no matter what, but some amplifiers don't like being speakerless. That can end your amplifier's career. So there's that. And on those amplifiers, using the DD1 to test to set the gains can be tricky, because yeah, but this will work. And if you have the headphone thing where you got it on your ear, you'll be able to hear it buzzy sound over the sound of the speakers that are playing. And this will work with anything. You work with music. I suggest, because it's going to cut, it's going to pick up that clip no matter what. So you can play music and listen to it and do it. But the easiest way to do it is just, if you got a tone generator on your phone, just generate like 40 hertz or so, and give it some beans, and you'll hear it pop in, and you do your thing. And I'm done. I need breakfast. You know, I have not had enough caffeine yet, and yeah. So if you guys appreciate my rambling and completely brain dead, anti-caffeine brain, and good morning to you too. Hit the subscribe button, and we'll do some more of this. I so should redo this, but I may not. I'm just going to throw it out there. I haven't been awake very long. So, like I said, good morning, and give me my dang caffeine before I break some stuff. You're still here? Hit the subscribe button. Peace, guys.